And a very pleasant good morning, everybody, as we welcome you back here to first full day, we should say, here of the Pocatello Woodbat tournaments. American Legion Baseball getting ready to come your way from here at the ballparks. We're coming to you from Hawthorne Field, which is the second of two fields here. And our first game today, first of about 4 or 5 games we'll have for you here from Hawthorne Field. This will feature the Pocatello Rebels as they go up against Blackfoot coming up here in just a couple of minutes. We're just a few minutes away from the first pitch from this afternoon's game. So sit back, relax, spend part of your Wednesday with us or throughout the day as well. This is one of 11 games coming up for you today here on the My Local Radio Sports Network as Anthony Colasuono joins me on the broadcaster today.
How are you doing, Dan?
Good.
Yeah, just a beautiful day for some baseball as first game of many days. So if you're a baseball fan, tune in and join. We'll go to a quick break here. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament here on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Do something good for yourself. Give your home a new look. At Kazine's Furniture in Evanston, their friendly staff will help you make your home a peaceful and beautiful place to be. Comfortable furniture, appliances, artwork, lighting, and accessories work together to create an enjoyable and inviting atmosphere in your home. Make your living and sleeping space a wonderful place to be with brands like Serta, Ashley, GE, and more. Visit Kazine's Furniture, 941 Front Street, Evanston.
The very best place to stay when you visit Evanston, Wyoming is the Best Western Dunmar Inn. This amazing hotel is located on 10 beautiful acres and offers clean, comfortable rooms with amazing beds, a fitness center, an outdoor pool, open in the summer, and a wonderful on-site restaurant that provides a complimentary breakfast with every stay, all at an affordable rate. Whenever your travels bring you to Evanston, Wyoming, make all your room reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, 1601 Harrison Drive.
The tires you drive on matter. Tire quality and condition affect overall safety and how your vehicle performs. Having the right air pressure in your tires even affects gas mileage. Don't trust your tires to just anybody. Choose Freeway Tire to handle all your vehicle maintenance, including regular tire checks and rotation. When it comes to your vehicle, choose the team that really knows tires. Freeway Tire in Evanston. Stop in today.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Explore Logan, Utah. We've got so much awesomeness, I don't know where to begin. Your hotel is only 10 minutes from the gorgeous National Forest for hiking and biking, birdwatching, and wildflower spying. Logan is Utah's heart of the arts with more than 253 live professional performances this summer and free concerts every weekday. Catch the Gardeners Market and tons of festivals and fun. Head to Logan. You won't break the bank on less than a tank. ExploreLogan.com.
And welcome back to the pregame show as we get ready for our first game of the day. We actually had a couple of games last night. Anthony had the pleasure of calling those two games. Anthony, tell us about the way those two games went yesterday evening.
Very well. So in the first game, Shelley beat Hillcrest 7-4 in what was a very dominant game for the Knights. And one of the big names, Aiden McCaslin, 2 of 3 with 2 RBIs and a run on the day. And this unique thing about the Shelley team is all their runs were scored with 2 outs in the inning. So very much of a 2-out rally all around for this team, as Hillcrest did fight until the end, scoring 2 runs in the top of the 7th. But other than that, no cigar for them. So the Knights start 1-0 to this tournament. And then the second game yesterday, there was a Madison Bobcats versus the Idaho Falls Bruins. And in the top of the 6th, the Bobcats were up 7-2, and 6 runs unleashed by the Bruins to go up 8-7. And then the next inning, they put 2 more on the board before the game hit the 2-hour time limit. And all these games do have not necessarily a 2-hour time limit, but a new inning cannot be played after 2 hours.
Right. So those are the results from yesterday. Take another quick break. We'll come back at the starting lineups and the first pitch for this game featuring the Rebels and Blackfoot coming up here on mylocalradio.com and on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
At Y-Hi, we are with you is more than just 3 simple words. It encompasses the principles we live by to serve our members and local communities. So if you're looking to keep your banking relationships local with a partner who will always be there for you, look to us. We're Y-Hi. We're Wyoming. We're with you. Visit yhi.org to learn how you can be a part of something bigger today.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
All right, welcome back. Time to meet the starting lineups for today's first game with Blackfoot on the field. They are the visiting team. Let's look at the batting orders for the visitors, the Rebels, for today's game. The starting lineups are sponsored by the Modern Woodsman of America, with locations in Brigham City, Tremont, Logan, Vernal, Evanston, Wyoming, and in Diamondville, Wyoming as well. Here's the lineup today for the Rebels, as they will have Fabian Avalos leading off. He's the shortstop. Cash Williams is pitching. He'll hit second. Maxie Leday is in right field. He'll hit third. Mason Anderson, the shortstop, bats in the 4 spot. Dayan Uribe is pitching, and he'll hit fifth. It'll be John Anderson. He'll be in center field, as he'll hit sixth. Austin Anderson will hit seventh. Cam Reynolds is the third baseman. He'll hit eighth. And Osei Byram is the left fielder today for the Rebels, and he will bat in the number 9 spot. Well, we're just about ready to go here, as Blackfoot winds, comes home. The first pitch is popped up, right straight up in the infield. That's the first baseman coming down the line and making the catch in foul ground. And there's one out as Avalos swings to the first pitch and fouls out to the first baseman. So one out. How did you pronounce the pitcher's last name again?
Bojorquez.
Bojorquez. Thank you very much. That's Eli Bojorquez on the mound. So here is Cash Williams. Cash will do the pitching, and he will hit from the left side. Bojorquez with a nice breaking pitch. That falls over, and it's 0-1.
Good pitch by Bojorquez, just finding the zone early on.
Bojorquez stands both feet on the rubber, rocks and comes home again. The right-hander's next pitch hit in the air off the third base side this time, and that one's going to land foul and out of play. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Cash Williams. Now we mentioned there's a lot of other games coming up here today, especially here on both fields really, here at the complex during the Wood Bat tournament. As this is our first game of the day. Bojorquez ready again. The 1-1 pitch. That's going to be lined at the second baseman.
Great play by Dante Centillion, getting right there and getting out.
So a line out to the Centillion, the second baseman. And that brings up the number 3 hitter. That's Maxi Leday. Leday will turn and hit around from the right side as Bojorquez ready. Roxon comes home. Breaking ball is too far in. Ball 1 ball and 1 strike. So coming up after we're done with this game on Hawthorne, this is game 1 of 5 today. The Rebels will stay here, and they will play again as they will play Hillcrest, who played last night. The 1-0 pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Shelley will then take on this same Blackfoot team as they'll get a little bit of a break and then come back and play in game 3 of the day. The 1-1 pitch hit foul, and it's 1-2. Then we'll see Ridgeline and Madison, and the Razorbacks, the other Pocatello team, will then play Rock Springs coming up later on this afternoon. That's our final game of the day, as there's more games over on Hawthorne, or I should say on Halliwell, than there is on Hawthorne. Look out, I pitch up and in, and it hits Leday on the back of the helmet, kind of just a glancing blow as it heads back toward the backstop, and Leday is going to head down to first base after being plunked.
Pitch from Bojorquez just went a little bit too inside, but looks like Leday is A-okay and is getting ready here at first.
All right, so 2 outs, 1 on, and now here's Mason Anderson, the shortstop. As it's going to be line foul. And it's 0-1 on Anderson. Well, if you didn't hear your team mentioned, that means they're probably playing over on Halliwell today. We'll run through those Halliwell games as they just getting started over there as well as the Razorbacks, the other team from Pocatello, is playing over there currently as another breaking pitch again comes up and in. That's back-to-back hit batters. And the Rebels have runners at first and second here in the top of the first inning.
It's time for Bojorquez to kind of dial it in a little bit. 2 pitches that have clipped a little bit inside.
Those are just big, slow breaking pitches. You know, those are just a matter of finding your release point that you need. As we get a runner over at first base, courtesy runner, and now here's the pitcher, Dayan Uribe. Uribe is a young guy. As that's going to be a 1-hopper by the second baseman into center field. Coming to third base is Leday. He'll turn and come to the plate. The throw is late and not in time. So Uribe singles in a run. And the Rebels are on top, 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. As the Anderson stopped at second base, so there's runners at first and second. And 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. As Bojorquez will come set again, looks back at second base. There's another one of those slow breaking pitches again. And it's going to be hit foul as John Adams, the center fielder, is at the plate. and hits the first pitch foul. Anyway, the Razorbacks, Pocatello's number 2 team, is playing Blackfoot number 2 currently over on Halliwell. As the rest of the schedule over there for the rest of the day, Sugar will play Blackfoot again, as the 2 Blackfoot teams will play double headers to open the tournament, as that's going to be lined toward right field. But coming over to make the play is Santillan, and the side is retired. Nice play by the second baseman, able to haul that in. So Anderson lines out for the third out. However, the Rebels get a run on 1 hit, a couple of hit batters, and they leave 2 on base here in the inning as well. They get a run here in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom of the first, as it is the Rebels 1 and Blackfoot coming to bat on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Distracted driving is dangerous, but some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneak-a-peeker, the fast roller, the nightlighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got-a-ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.
At Reese Auto Service in Lyman, you will find highly skilled mechanics who will get the job done right the first time. They work on anything from light line jobs of tire alignments, suspension work, and oil changes to heavy line jobs of engine replacement, differentials, and all powertrain components. Make sure all your recreational vehicles are working at top speed by getting them checked at Reese Auto Service in Lyman, so your time having fun doesn't end early. Reese Auto Service, 541 State Highway 413, Lyman.
Nothing. The Rebels have a lead as we go to the bottom of the first. Let's meet the lineup for Blackfoot here. Is the lineup brought to you by Heritage Auto of Evanston. For the Blackfoot, they'll line up this way. It'll be Jake Vance. He'll lead off. He is the shortstop. Kendro Iskler is the left fielder, and he'll hit second. Griff Ross at third base hits third. Jason Williams, the right fielder, bats in the number 4 spot. Dante Santillan made a great play to finish in the inning. He'll bat in the 5 spot at second base. Mason Layton hits 6th at first base. Jet Hone is the catcher, batting 8th. Eli Bojorquez, the pitcher, bats in the 8 spot. And then Pace Wadsworth in right field will bat number 9. So here we go into the bottom of the first inning. As the pitch coming home, and that is up high. And it's ball 1. 2 balls and no strikes. As that's going to be rolled back up the middle. Charging is the shortstop, straighten and throw, not in time. Slow roller. Arios couldn't get to it in time and try to make the play over to first base. Good hustle by Vance to beat it out. And an infield hit to lead off here in the bottom of inning number 1.
Good hustle by Vance, just running it out and getting that hit.
So here is Kendro Esker, as he'll hit from the right side. As the ball gets away, it's going to skip back to the backstop. And advancing to second base is Vance, and he moves into scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. And let's wrap up the other games going on over on Halliwell. If you're looking for your team and you haven't heard their name as of yet, as the breaking ball misses down low, and it's ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. We told you Sugar's going to play Blackfoot coming up at 10:30 this morning. That'll be followed by Jerome against Wood River at 1 p.m. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Evanston will then play their first game of the day. They play 2 games today. They'll play at 3 o'clock as they'll play the Twin Falls Bruins, who were a winner last night, as that pitch up high again, ball 3. Stansbury from Utah will then take on Green River. And then Evanston bounces back for the last game starting at 8:30 tonight as the 3-1 pitch is down low, ball 4, and Eskler draws a walk. So he heads down to first base, 2 on and nobody out. Now here is Griff Ross, the third baseman. So Evanston comes back at 8:30 tonight, and they'll play Ridgeline, and that's your schedule for first full day of action here at the Pocatello Woodbat Classic as a pitch hit foul back into the screen. Griff Ross, the third baseman, trying to get his team even, 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of inning number 1 as the Rebels lead at 1-0. Dan Hubbard along with Anthony Colasuono. As the runners go, and the bunt is a good bunt. To get it down, they're going to have to hurry as the throw is going to be spiked, and that's a throw wide to first base, and that's going to allow Vance to come home and score on the air.
What a perfectly placed bunt. Couldn't do it better than that.
Now, you couldn't walk out and place that bunt any better than that. As the bunt loaded the bases, and then when the pitcher, Uribe, and that's not Uribe. I don't think that's Uribe pitching. The throw down to second base is late. Throw back here to the mound, or the plate rather, is not in time, so they end up stealing home, and now they take the lead as Eschler able to come home. So 2-1 Blackfoot, just that quick. As the next pitch, that's going to be lined to left field, and that's going to be in for a hit. And then it bounces away from the left fielder. Coming around third is Ross, as he'll come in and score. Williams still running as he'll stop at second base with an RBI double.
Good hit by Williams. Just one of those perfectly placed hits. Gets into the outfield, and the runner comes home.
So 4 straight runners reach base here in the bottom of the first inning, as Blackfoot produces 3 runs on 3 hits, a walk, and an error. So here is Dante Santillan, the second baseman, as the first pitch is going to be rolled foul and out of play, and it's 0-1. Today's games are brought to you in part by our friends at Evergreen Financial Partners. When planning your financial future, remember they are the trust. They are the experts that you can trust at Evergreen Financial Partners. That's going to be lined along the left field line. That's going to be in for a hit. As coming around third is Williams to score. He hesitated slightly, made the play closer at the plate than it should have been, but he's still safe on back-to-back RBI doubles as Santillan doubles in a second a run here.
Bats are going for Blackfoot right now, and they're up 4-1, and no outs so far here in the bottom of the first.
So 4 runs, 4 hits, back-to-back extra base hits, and now here is Mason Layton, the first baseman, as that pitch over for a strike. Anyway, when planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partners, with offices in Pocatello and one in Preston as well, as the ball in the dirt pops straight up in the air, and that's going to allow Santillan to move up to third base. Their office in Pocatello, you can find them at 450 East Day Street, and they just moved to a new office in Preston, in case you're down that way, at 713 South 4th East, suite number 200 in Preston, as the pitch misses down low. And, of course, you can also set your appointment online as well at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. As the pitch is down low. 3 balls and a strike. The count here on Layton. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. 4 runs in already, as the pitch fouled away at home plate, runs the count full.
Great start by Blackfoot so far. 4 runs in the bottom of the first. This is what you want.
And the 3-2 pitch. It's looped toward right field as the second baseman comes over and makes the catch, as that'll be the first out of the inning.
Good job by the second baseman in Andrews, just getting under that one and getting that first out for the Pocatello Rebels, as that could be a huge momentum boost to end the bottom of the first on a good note.
So there's 1 out, That brings up the 7th batter of the inning, Jet Hone, the catcher here for Blackfoot. And he takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Santillan down the line from third. Next pitch to Hone. Just reaches out and just pokes it foul over off the first base side. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Hone, who appeared in 18 games during the regular school year for Blackfoot, as he lobs one into left field for a hit. Coming home, and he's out at home. As a good play by the left fielder, Barron, as he throws out the runner coming home, Santillan. But it's a hit for Hone. He'll go to second on the throw to the plate. And Santillan is out 7-2, trying to come home and score for the second out of the inning.
Great throw by Burns, just getting on top of that ball after it dropped right in front of him and unleashing the throw.
So here is Eli Bajorquez, the pitcher. And takes the first pitch down low, ball 1. He gave up a run in the top of the first inning, but I don't think he expected all the offense that he got from his teammates behind him as they come up and get 4 runs in the first inning. Hits a little slow ground ball to third as they play it across in time. And Blackfoot sends 8 men to the plate in the first inning. 4 of them come home to score. As we're done with an inning, it's Blackfoot 4, the Pocatello Rebels 1. Here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on the mylocalradio.com.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Friends don't let friends drink bad coffee. Come visit For Pete's Sake for fresh-made coffee, an amazing menu of home-cooked meals, and great company. Visit For Pete's Sake on the corner of 9th and Main, downtown Evanston.
All right, the Rebels come back up as we go here to the top of inning number 2, and all of a sudden they're trailing 4-1 in the game as Blackfoot got 4 in the bottom of inning number 1. And they'll send up the bottom third of their order. Will the Rebels, that'll be Austin Anderson, Cam Reynolds, and O.C. Barron do up here in the top of inning number 2. So a change this year, instead of just doing assorted games from here at the Woodbat, we are doing all games from last night, the 2 games in the opening night of the tournament, all the way down through the championship game coming up for you later on Saturday evening from here in Pocatello. So certainly some 36 games over 4.5 days for you. We're certainly looking forward to bringing you those. Bajorquez's first pitch here to Austin Anderson misses outside, ball 1, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
For Bajorquez, it's time to settle in here. Your team got 4 runs on the offensive side.
Breaking ball, good pitch, 1-1. Yeah, you really wanted us to come out and just throw strikes.
Yeah.
You got your stake to a 3-run lead, and you just want to get your guys back up there and let them start swinging the bats again as quickly as possible. The 1-1 offering, another breaking ball, is hit foul off of the first base side, and it's now 1-2.
The huge thing for this team is, your pitcher is always comfortable when the offense can put runs, but now it's your turn to help out your defense and make them feel confident as well.
1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball is a little too high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here as Anderson leads off in the top of inning number 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Off speed, lined into right field, base hit. Just barely got it out of the reach of Santillan. But out of the reach it was, and he has his first hit of the day, just the second hit of the game for the Rebels. And now that'll bring up Cam Reynolds, the third baseman.
Great hit by Andrews. That's the way you want to start off, down by 3.
Yeah, just put the ball in play. You can't get all 3 runs when that's the leadoff man in the inning, so you just got to get on base and let the guys behind you come up and do their job as well. Next pitch hit in the air to center. That's right where Williams hangs out, slaps the glove a couple of times and puts it away. That's the first out. So 1 out. And now here is O.C. Barron. He is the left fielder. Interesting spelling to his first name. O-S-I-E.
Yes.
And not sure what nationality that is, as he takes the breaking ball down and away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes.
All I know, it's a pretty cool name.
Yes, it is. Because when you look at it, you want to say Aussie.
Mm-hmm.
As that's going to be a ground ball off the glove of the third baseman. That's going to be a hit. And it'll be runners at first and second. Second hit of the inning here for the Rebels. And it put runners at first and second. And we'll go back to the top of the order now, and Fabian Avalos will come back up. Avalos, who fouled out his first time up. One out here, top of the second, and the breaking ball is up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Of course, this tournament is unique, Anthony, because these kids haven't really probably played with wooden bats very much growing up, as wooden bats can be expensive, and they're hard to get a hold of, ones that you like, as that's going to be driven into the right center field, and that's going to be in for a hit. Coming around third is Anderson. He'll come to the plate as the throw goes into third base, and he is safe. So Barron able to sneak in over at third behind the play on a very close play, as Avalos singles to right center field to pick up 1 run, and it's now 4-2.
Great job by Avalos. That's what you wanted to do after fouling out on your first AB of the day.
So 3 hits in the inning, produce a run. And now here is Cash Williams. First pitch to Williams is down low, runner going, and the catcher Hain just had the ball just squirt right out of his hand, and it'll be a stolen base for Avalos as he takes second base.
Got to recover it by home, because usually when it squirts out, it can fall to the backstop, and that could have brought in the runner from third.
Next pitch home, again off speed, misses outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Anyway, so you start thinking about wooden bats and as much as they are and what they've meant, you start to think about all of the wood bat manufacturers who are in business. And, of course, the wood bat business was started years ago, and everybody knows it as Louisville Slugger.
Yeah.
Those are the guys and their parent company who started the wood bat business many, many years ago. As the pitch is up high again, it's ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. So Williams walks. First walk given up by Bojorquez, and loads the bases. And now here is Maxi Leday, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. As that pitch misses down and away, ball 1.
It's a great situation if you're the Pocatello Rebels here. You give up 4, but now you have the base loaded with only 1 out on the top of the second.
Yeah, you want to come back in support of your pitcher and try to get those runs back as quick as you can. As the little ground ball to the right side, they're going to try to go to second for 1, get 1 there. They're not going to get anything else than that. As Leday will drive in the run as Barron comes in to score to make it 4-3. So Leday is out. 4-6 on the force play. but picks up an RBI. And that is the second out of the inning. And now here is Mason Anderson. As a pitch to Anderson is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1.
Great pitch from Bajorquez. You can just see that breaking ball just stop right as it reached the plate.
But when you think about wooden bats and the bats being made by Louisville Slugger and when they started, there's all kinds of interesting stories and anecdotes, not only about the bats themselves, but about the guys who used them early on. And we'll kind of share some of those with you as we go along, as the runner goes, and he'll steal it without a throw, as that is Cash Williams moving up to second base. So runners at second and third and 2 outs. 1-2 count. The breaking ball misses inside, runs the count to 2-2 here against Mason Anderson. So Bajorquez stands on top of the hill. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's a ground ball to third. Gobbled up there by Ross. He'll play it across in time. And the Rebels are gone here in the top of inning number 2. But they score twice and get back into the game. 2 runs on a total of 3 hits and a walk. And they leave a couple of men on base as well as we go to the bottom of inning number 2 on the scoreboard, brought to you by our friends at Modern Woodsman of America. It's 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the second here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
It's lunchtime, and I'm stuck at the office.
Jackalope. The big game is on. I can't miss it just to pick up groceries.
Jackalope.
Mom, I need supplies for my school project.
Jackalope.
Doing the hopping for your shopping. Jackalope Delivery. 307-679-7174.
Jackalope.
Bottom of the second inning, 4-3 Blackfoot leads, and Blackfoot, because they come back up to the plate here for their second at-bats of the day, they'll start from the number 9 position as Pace Wadsworth will lead off, then back to the top of the order, and Jake Vance and Kendro Esker will be up here in the bottom of inning number 2. As the pitcher for Pocatello going through his warm-up tosses here, as it's actually Caden Isker who's the pitcher here this afternoon. No, it's not, because we trying to read what they had on their lineup card, and things are certainly difficult to read. On the I'm looking at the wrong side. That's why. So the pitcher here for Pocatello is Dan Uribe. That's right. Trying to be broken into teams that you really haven't seen much before, and a bunch of new names and new faces. Anyway, here is Pace Wadsworth, the right fielder, to lead off. First ball swinging, hits it into left field for a base hit. So Wadsworth, after his team put up 5 hits to produce 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning, hits the first pitch that he sees here in the bottom of the second and lines it into left field for their 6th hit of the game. Now back to the top of the order, and Jake Vance, who singled and scored a run his first time up. First pitch is down low, ball 1. Of course, we're talking about wooden bats, Anthony, and how long kids have been using Louisville Sluggers. Would you believe that this year, the 2024 season, as the pitch is over for a strike, snap throw behind him, and they gets able to get back in as the throw down to first base And the first baseman just kind of stood there and thought maybe it was a force out or something, because he never put the tag on the runner Wadsworth and let him get back in. Anyway, this year, 2024, is the 140th year of the Louisville Slugger bat. As that pitch is up high, and it's ball 1.
That's
Check
amazing.
that, ball 3, I should see, 3-0. Yeah, you can believe they've been around that long?
How long the game of baseball has
That's very
been
true.
around.
As that pitch is up high, ball 4, and then I'll put runners at first and second as Vance draws a walk.
Just so it shows how much of a history that America's pastime has, and that the game is still going on today.
And, of course, the parent company of Louisville Slugger, Hillrich and Bradsby, of course, located in Louisville. They've been there all along. As here is Esker, and bunts it foul over on the first base side, and it's 0-1. Just some numbers to think about how many bats are actually produced each year. The average Major League Baseball player goes through about 90 bats per season. And Louisville Slugger makes about 200,000 bats a year just for Major League Baseball players to meet those Major League specs. As the pitch was up high, and it's now 1-1 here on Esker. He gets the bunt down, but it's foul at home plate. And the runners will have to go back, as Wadsworth will go back to second and Vance will go back to first. And, of course, over the years, they've had a lot of people step in and be public endorsers and paid endorsers for Louisville Slugger. You know, Chris, when you were a kid, you go buy those bats, you look for the bat that has the coolest name of the players on the bat. As a fastball misses high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, there's been guys like in the early going of the company, Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Stan Musial, Yogi Berra, Johnny Bench, Harmon Killebrew, Lou Brock. Ball bunted again, foul up along the third base side. And it's 2-2. George Brett, Robin Yount, the great Tony Gwynn, Ozzie Smith, Don Mattingly, among others, have all endorsed Louisville Slugger bats over the years.
So Vance actually bunted there on the second strike and went foul. So that is out number 1.
So that'd be a strikeout of Esker for the first out. And now here is Griff Ross, as Ross shows bunt. Now shows bunt again and takes that one inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out, runners at first and second. 4-3, Blackfoot leads. They look to expand their lead here in the bottom of the second inning as the pitch is high. And I believe it is 3 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1. Umpire corrects us. Thank you, sir. We appreciate all you do. Here's the 2-1 in the dirt. Now it's 3-1. As heading down to first base, or check that to third base rather, as Wadsworth advances to third on the pitch in the dirt. So officially that'll go as a wild pitch to allow Wadsworth to move up to third base. And each one of those players that endorsed the list of players that we just mentioned who endorsed Louisville Slugger, they all have their individual specs and desires for their bats. As that pitch over for a strike, the throw through is not in time. So stealing second base was Vance, and that was a runner at second and third, and still 1 out in the inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ross at the plate, waiting the 3-2 offering, and here it is, popped up, first base side in foul territory, as giving chase to the first baseman that he's not going to get there, and it's 3-2, staying at 3-2. So each one of those guys, they all have their exact configurations of exactly what they want in their bats. And if the bats aren't right, they don't want them.
They don't want them. And it's so cool because on social media you see those videos and see the engraving process, just the specs, and it's amazing what Louisville Slugger does.
As again, the pitch hit foul off of the third base side. In fact, there's one story that Ted Williams got a brand new shipment of bats in spring training one year, and he took out a bat, looked at it, kind of held it and swung it around a little bit, and he says, nope, this isn't right. Take the bats back.
Wow.
As a pitch in the dirt, ball 4, and that will load the bases with one out here in the bottom of the second inning. So he said, nope, these bats aren't right. Take them back. And they pulled it out, they measured it, they weighed it, and said, Ted, it's within what you wanted. It's exactly what you wanted. He says, no, it's not right. Measure it again. Weigh it. As that pitch is down low. And Williams, he was such in connection with his bats and how he wanted his bats to be. When they reweighed the bat the second time, it came out that the bat was 1/4 of 1 ounce heavier than what Ted Williams ordered his bats to be.
That's just amazing that MLB players know even if the bat is off by 1 ounce. You know, I hold a bat, I think it's, perfectly fine or whatever, but for Ted Williams, it's nope, ship them all back, make them again, and like I said earlier, over 90 bats per MLB
player.
Yeah.
So to know exactly what you want and be able to just pick up a bat and say, nope, this bat's not right, and it's only 1/4 of an ounce off.
Wow. That just speaks of how good Ted Williams was of a player as well.
How well and connected with his equipment he really was.
Yes.
So we're having a pitching change here as we're getting a new pitcher here for the Rebels to come in and pitch, as Fabian Avalos is going to take over here on the mound, which gives us more chances to chat here a little bit about the Louisville Slugger Company and their bats. As we told you about Ted Williams, there's other incredible stories. Yogi Berra is, of course, another story that really jumps out as Avalos goes through his warm-up tosses with I believe the bases will still be loaded when we come back here in the 4-3 game. Let's talk a little bit about Yogi Berra. They, of course, Louisville Slugger always tells you want to hold the bat with the label up.
Yes.
That when you swing the bat, the strongest part of the bat then is back, with the label will be on the back of the bat when you swing the ball. That's the strongest part of the bat. Well, Yogi Berra was having a terrible time. He was breaking bats every time he came to the plate. As speaking of coming to the plate, here comes Jason Williams up for his second at bat. He doubled home a run and scored a run back in the first inning. So they started watching Yogi's. Yogi was complaining that the bats were too brittle and too fragile as Williams hits the first pitch foul on the first base side, not a play. So Yogi was complaining about the bats and saying they were defective, that the wood was bad. So they started watching Yogi and taking pictures of how he was swinging, and they found that he was not holding the bat properly when he's just in the box and addressing the pitcher. So he would swing, the label was on the wrong side of the bat. So he was hitting on the weak side of the bat. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Williams. That's a line to center, base hit. That's going to get one run in, and then the ball bounces away from Adams. That's going to get a second run in, and going to third as Williams will pull in at second base. So Williams with his third RBI of the day as he picks up 2 more here on a single, and then the ball gets away from the center fielder, allows him to move up. So Wadsworth and Vance both come in to score, and it's now 6-3 as they've extended their lead yet again. As up to plate now here is Santillan, hits the first pitch foul. So for Berra, what they finally ended up doing, because they said, Yogi, you're not holding the bat right. You have to turn the bat where you hold the bat where you can read the label on top of the bat. And Yogi just looked at him and said, I'm not up here to read. I'm up here to hit. So they had to remake all of Yogi's bats to where they rotated the label, where they burn in the label. It went on the back of the bat, and the strongest part of the bat would then be where Yogi was hitting, as the pitch to Centillion is a called third strike on a breaking ball, and that's the second out of the inning. So 2 outs and 2 on, and now here is Mason Layton. But in typical Yogi Berra style, I'm not up here to read, I'm up here to hit.
I'm here to play baseball.
That's right, absolutely. So here's Layton. Layton popped up his first time, hits a ground ball to first. There, it's handled there easily by the first baseman, who carries it to the bag, and the inning is over. But not before Blackfoot adds a couple of more runs. 2 runs in the inning. The big hit, a 2-run single by Jason Williams, and it's now 6-3 as we are done with 2 innings of play here on the Modern Woodsman of America scoreboard. We're done with 2. Blackfoot up 6-3 rather, on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Hiking in the summer, hunting in the fall, and sledding in the winter are a vital part of living in Lyman, Wyoming. Visiting the Historic Heritage Park with its splash pad and updated playground are a must for summertime activities. Visit the new Frisbee Golf Course and make new memories with your family and friends. The town of Lyman is a quiet, peaceful place with some of the best residents in the state. Stop in today and make some new friends and memories that will last forever.
Dad, I feel like I got something in my eye.
Let me have a look. Natural protective features of the eye, such as eyebrows, eyelids, eyelashes, and tears, are not always enough. I've been helping people for 14 years, removing anything from metal, glass, or plastic from their eyes. I've even removed a bug that flew into my own eye. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect eye protection for playing sports or performing hazardous work to help prevent eye injuries.
Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to schedule your appointment to protect your precious eyesight. Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937.
Well, Blackfoot rolling. They lead 6-3 as we go to the top of the third. And for more play-by-play, here is Anthony Colasuono.
So get ready here. The batting order for Pocatello. So Uribe will lead off. John Adams on deck, and then Austin Andrews in the hole. Blackfoot leading 6-3 here in the top of the third. Bojorquez still on the mound here. Only 4 hits, 3 runs, and 2 earned so far here, as Blackfoot has the 3-run lead here to begin the top of the third. A lot more exciting baseball to come throughout the day. So if you're a baseball fan, just stay in tuned as we are in the Uinta Eye and Vision third inning, as a lead-off single for Dan Uribe smoked that ball on the first pitch, and Pocatello's in business. Now up is John Adams, and Uribe just hit the sweet spot on that bat and sent it to left field. Pickoff attempt to first, and Uribe is safe. A lot of pickoff attempts so far today from both sides. Adams squares the bunt, and that's going to roll barely foul. Adams did a great job, but the ball just trickled into foul ground. 0-1 count.
Smart play by Ross. Let the ball roll, and as soon as it crossed over the line, he pounced on it quickly and picked it up before it could roll back the other way.
Uribe keeping an eye on the pitcher. Orcas doing the same. To pick off at first. Boom. And got him for out number 1 here in the top of the third.
It's a good move by Bojorquez. You got Uribe just kind of frozen over there and picked him off.
It's a mental game there. As Uribe looked at Bojorquez, Bojorquez looked back and said, "I can do you one better." Adams here facing an 0-1 count, 1 out here in the top of the third. And the ball sails just right above the zone. Even count here, 1-1. Borges loads the 1-1 offering. Fouled off and out of play towards the far dugout. Now it'll be 1-2. And, of course, this is a wood bat tournament. Dan giving us all the Louisville Slugger facts about the company and just player stories as Adams hit by a pitch, and he will take his base. That is the third batter hit by Bojorquez here in this outing so far. Is now a mound meeting here. We might be getting a new arm depending on what the manager decides to do.
Let's see, that somebody jogging in from the dugout, like they're going to facilitate a change here or not. As they continue to talk about this, as they have a 3-run lead, does Blackfoot. They can certainly stay with the pitcher they have, but I'm not sure they're going to.
The catcher does walk back to home plate, as it looks like we'll have a new arm coming into the game.
Yeah, it looks like the pitcher is going to leave. That's Bojorquez, who just left, so we will have a new pitcher.
As it is number 14 for Blackfoot, as Adriel Moss, as he will now come in relief. A lot of new names, new faces today, so a lot of great baseball ahead as Moss warming up here on the bump, as the next batter up will be Austin Andrews, first at bat. Got a single and was able to round the bases as well. As the bottom half of this order for Pocatello, very dangerous with 2 of the 3 hitters up, if we can get to that point, all with base hits. As Adams at first, Moss still taking some warm-up pitches here.
You talked about the bat. Let me tell you this. Here's another fact for you. The prized possession, the most coveted bat that was ever made by Louisville Slugger, was the Babe Ruth model R43 that they turned for the Great Bambino starting back in 1927. Wow. That was the year that Babe Ruth hit 60 home runs.
Wow.
Using that model bat, which for the longest time stood as a record until Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa came along.
Now again, back to play here. Andrews enters the batter's box. Moss on the bump here for his first pitch of the day. Offers it. Bunt popped up sky high. Catcher gets under it. The tag out back at third as Uribe was way off from first base. A double play, and that will end the top of the third. After the break, we'll move to the bottom side of the Uinta iEnvision third inning. This is the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament here on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Auto, home, life, renters, and business all have one thing in common. They all need insurance. Choosing the right agent is always hard. Choose the agent that takes a professional and individual approach to each client. At Farmers Insurance in Lyman, you will find that agent. Farrell is a down-to-earth person who loves hunting, fishing, and above all, his family. Come in and visit him and his friendly staff for a quote today at 37 Mountain Meadow Street, Suite B in Lyman.
At YHI, we are with you is more than just 3 simple words. It encompasses the principles we live by to serve our members and local communities. So if you're looking to keep your banking relationships local with a partner who will always be there for you, look to us. We're YHI. We're Wyoming. We're with you. Visit yhi.org to learn how you can be a part of something bigger today.
Welcome back live inside the Union broadcast booth. Anthony Colasuono alongside Dan Hubbard for today's action, and welcome to the bottom third of the Uinta iEnvision third inning. Our vision is to improve yours, as now Blackfoot up to bat here, up 6-3 after a great defensive top of the third.
Yeah, it's they made the pitching change, and they got a bunt that was caught by the catcher, threw back to first base. A little bit of a mistaken judgment by the base runner running on the bunt, and it ended up getting doubled off at first base to end the inning.
Pitch from Avalos high outside the zone. 1-0 count here for Hone. First at bat, was able to get on with a single in the first inning. And a hack from Hone makes it 1-1. Avalos looks for the sign. Likes what he sees, kicks and fires the 1-1 offering. And just barely out of the zone, 2-1. Hone trying to be the leadoff hitter here for Blackfoot. 2-1. And outside, and now Hone has a good count ahead of him here with 3-1. Fires the 3-1, and Hone sends it straight towards the hot corner. And a great play by Uribe for out number 1. Now up is Moss in place of Bojorquez now in the batting order. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Pitch goes a little bit chest high and inside for ball number 1 from Avalos. Avalos winds up the 1-0 and fouled off as Moss did start his swing just a little bit slow as that foul is fouled off to the backstop. 1-1 offering from Avalos. Outside zone 2-1 as Blackfoot with a 3-1 lead, trying to get some more runs on the board. And we're close to an hour into this matchup. As now a good pitch that tags the lower zone, 2-2. And of course, these games, you cannot start a new inning after 2 hours of play. And strikeout looking, and Avalos has his first punch out of the day.
Good pitch by Avalos as Moss not able to pull the trigger and goes down looking for called third strike.
Wadsworth at the plate here on deck will be advanced. We can get to that point, and Wadsworth fouls one straight off to the backstop. 0-1. As our camera set up right behind home plate. The net shook just a little bit. No balls have been hit towards the camera yet, but luckily we got that safety net in the way. Wadsworth sends one to short and off to the first baseman for the final out here in the the bottom of the third. After the break, we'll have the top of the fourth. This is the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament here on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Hey, Dad, can I go play outside?
Yes, you can, but don't forget your sunglasses. Did you know that sunglasses with UV protection can help lower your risk of eye calluses, early cataracts, and macular degeneration? At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect pair of prescription or non-prescription sunglasses from companies like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Maui Jim, and more. Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to protect your eyes from the sun.
Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937. Uinta Eye and Vision, 789 eyes.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth as the top of the fourth. This was a 1-2-3 inning for Pocatello on the defensive side. Now they're up to the plate. Cam Reynolds to bat. Ozzie Burns on deck, and in the hole afterwards will be Fabian Avalos here for the top of the fourth. Blackfoot up 6-3. Strike one called on a good pitch from Moss to start out this fourth inning.
It's really a completely different look from what Bojorquez was bringing. Off-speed, breaking stuff, and Moss just winds up and just throws it.
Strike two called on that as the batter did do the full swing. And now Moss with a 0-2 count in his favor, looking for his first punch out of the day. Adrio Moss with the 0-2 offering. And strike three called, looking. What a pitch. And the batter, Cam Reynolds, just looking in disbelief back to the dugout as that is out number one.
That's a great pitch. Just kind of rocked him to sleep. You know, especially after what Bojorquez was throwing. You're standing looking for a breaking pitch as that's up and in, and hits Barron up in the around the helmet.
Burns will take his base here. One runner on base, one out here in the top of the fourth. But, man, when a pitcher can take you off your game and kind of just rock you to sleep a little bit, it can get scary pretty quick if that pitcher finds his groove.
Yeah, you're standing looking for a breaking ball, and all of a sudden here comes the express right by you.
Wild pitch from Moss, gets past the catcher in Hone. Avalos at the plate here, 1-0 count, as Burns will move from first to second.
But sometimes, like a lot of kids have to learn, you can throw the ball hard, but you have to have control. You got to know where it's going.
As that is foul. Now a 1-1 even count as Avalos restarts the order once again for the Pocatello Rebels. 6-3 the score. As matching scores, as the score over at Halliwell Field is also 6-3 as well in favor of the Razorbacks. Avalos sends one towards shallow right field, and under it is Wadsworth for out number 2 here in the top of the fourth. Burns stays at second here. Cash Williams to the plate. 0-for-1. Last play appearance was a walk. Williams, a left-handed batter in this Rebels lineup. Throw back to second, and Burns is safe. Gets back there in enough time.
You know, we talked about for the young pitchers growing up, they can throw the ball hard, but may not exactly know where it's going, where it may be going. That's a common problem to have. There's been a lot of pitchers over the years that have had to develop that and work with that, even all the way up to start their major league careers.
As that ball fouled off and trickles down the tree right behind us.
You know, when you think of a couple of the best pitchers to ever step on the mound in Major League Baseball, you're talking about Nolan Ryan and Sandy Koufax.
Yes.
And both of them had the same problem. When they first got to the big leagues, they could get the ball up there in triple digits, but not knowing exactly where it's going.
Pickle situation here as Burns was leading off. Moss caught him. Now the third baseman trying to toss it back to second base. Burns wasn't fully on the bag and tagged out.
1-6-5-4 on the putout.
And that will do it for the top of the fourth. We'll move to the bottom of the fourth after the break. This is the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament here on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
Welcome back. Inside the Union broadcast booth, Jake Vance to bat here for Blackfoot to restart the order here in the bottom of the fourth and take strike one looking. 0-1 count. Avalos back on the bump here. No hits allowed so far and one strikeout to his name. Vance sends it straight to the shortstop and the throw in time. Reynolds to Williams for the 6-3. Good routine play by the Rebels here is trying to get back into this matchup. Down 3 runs here in the bottom of the fourth. Trying to get a good defensive stop here as they try to get the bats going in the top of the fifth. Ball called high outside the zone. 1-0 here for Caden Fisher. Over 1 of the day with 1 strikeout and a walk. 1-0, now a 2-0 as Avalos pumped some of the heat there, but just couldn't find the zone. 2 offering from Avalos. Finds the zone on that pitch. 2-1 as Avalos rushing just a little bit close here, trying to keep the pace between the at-bat and the throw, and the pause in between quick. 2-2. On deck is Griff Ross, and in the hole, Jason Williams for Blackfoot. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. No one on base. And now a full count, 3-2. First situation today where Avalos is going to deal with a full count. The 3-2 offering outside. It'll be ball 4. And Fisher will take his free base.
And that'll snap a streak of 7 in a row retired by Avalos. Now he's going to get a visit to the mound.
It looks like we'll have a new pitcher here for the Rebels. The number 4 from the front side of the jersey looks like number 4, Austin Andrews. So we'll get a better look here in a second to confirm. This looks like it'll be number 2, Cam Reynolds instead, and Avalos will more than likely go back to shortstop where he started today's game. As Reynolds warms up, we'll take a quick break here. This is the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament here on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Our community. We love it, we live it, we support it. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young
Back live here into the Union broadcast booth, and a fly out to left after the pitching switch. Reynolds on the bump for Pocatello. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. A runner on base in Caden Fisher. To the plate now, Jason Williams, 2 for 2 on the day, a run and 2 RBIs as well. Bunt attempt from Williams, throw to second, not in time. Fisher dies at the second base bag, popped up quickly, but luckily the center fielder was under that one quickly, so he will stay at second base.
The shortstop late getting over to cover. Actually, the ball beat both the runner, but the shortstop too to the bag and ended up in center field.
Yeah. And Reynolds will fake the pick off to second. Retakes his form. The 0-1 offering. And just outside, 1-1.
Yeah, the little fake throw back to second base. That was just kind of, okay, we gave you that one. We know you're there.
We're going to keep you honest here right now. The heater outside, 2-1 here with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. That is Caden Fisher, who got on base with a walk. Jason Williams, who's playing center field at the plate, fouls one to the backstop. And now even 2-2 count. Blackfoot looking to get some more runs on the board here. 3-run lead. Just barely over an hour played here, 9:07 local time in Pocatello. And strikeout looking to retire the side. We'll move to the top of the 5th after the break. This is the First Bank of Wyoming presentation, the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament here on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network. Blackfoot leads Pocatello 6-3.
When you're looking for great deals on a vehicle, you'll find them at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston. With 2 locations to serve you, let your adventure start here. Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston, legend driven.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covelo Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covelos has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covelos also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covelos is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Covelos Auto Farm Service.
Welcome back live inside the Union broadcast booth. Anthony Colasuono, and I'll introduce Dan Hubbard once again as he takes over the play-by-play seat to start the top of the 5th.
All right, thank you very much, Anthony. 6-3. The Blackfoot team still leads as their Blackfoot was in danger of starting to run the Rebels out of the game, but all of a sudden the Rebels pitching staff really bowed their neck and have done very well the last 3 innings and really kept the game close. As we'll go to the top of inning number 5 here with a score 6-3. So here for the Rebels in the top of the 5th inning, Cash Williams will lead off. He was left standing at home plate when Ozzie Barron was picked off second base to end the last inning, so he'll come back up there. So it'll be Williams, Leday, and Anderson due up for the Rebels, who need runs. They're starting to run out of innings and outs and time, for that matter, as they still trail by 3 runs. As the first pitch over for a strike from Adele Moss, and it's 0-1.
And Williams now kind of getting a second chance here, left standing at home plate last time.
Next pitch misses down low, and it's ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Williams lined out and walked. 0 for 1 officially in the game. Moss will work out of the stretch even though there's no one on base, and the next pitch is a fastball that swung on and missed, and it's 1-2.
Great job by Moss, just pushing the heater past Williams, and Williams swinging that one. Now he has advantage of the count.
They get those pitches up there that high, up into their eyes, and they look a lot better than what they are. A little ground ball to short behind the bag. Vance can't field it, as Williams will be aboard for the first time today.
Hey, make a change out there, guys. Get on the bottom of the ball.
They'll score it a hit.
Bottom half. Come on. Hey, that
for Williams has his first hit of the game. And for the Rebels, that's their 6th hit overall. And the leadoff man aboard. So now here is Maxie Leday as he takes the first pitch up high, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Leday grounded out his last time up, 1 for 2 in the game. Ball bounces up there, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes.
For Moss after 2 straight balls, it's going to be, keep an eye on the runner at first, but also finding that zone once again like he's had early on in this matchup.
With a 3-run lead, you can try to fish here for a secondary pitch you can throw for a strike. Tries to run one down and in and missed again with it. So now it's 3-0 on Leday. And now you're in a little bit of a danger because if you walk him, that brings the tying run to the plate with nobody out, and the pitch is up and in, ball 4.
Good look by Leday. And now you have a situation where you have 2 runners on and the potential game-tying run at the plate.
They say that leadoff walks will turn a manager gray. Well, you give up a leadoff single and then a walk, that makes it all the worse.
Yes.
As 2 on and nobody out. And here is Mason Anderson, who was hit by a pitch and has grounded out. 0 for 1 officially and takes the first pitch over for a strike. The next pitch in the dirt, it's 1-1. Williams at second, Leday at first. And Anderson at the plate representing the potential tying run as we play here in the top of the 5th. Williams with a big lead away from second base. That pitch is hit in the air toward right center. Over comes Wadsworth, the right fielder. He's there to make the catch. And that's the first out, and everybody has to go back.
Good job by Wadsworth getting that first out here in the top of the 5th. Just kind of gives that Blackfoot team a sigh of relief that now you only get 2 more outs to retire the Rebels here in the 5th.
So here's Dan Uribe, singled, hit by a pitch. Also has an RBI back in the first inning, and first pitch straight foul back into the screen. Today's game is brought to you by Evergreen Financial Partners. When planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partners with offices in Pocatello and in Preston. Or you can reach them online to set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. As the next pitch to Uribe is rolled foul again, and he finds himself in the hole, 0-2.
Uribe started the day on the mound. Had a good overall performance. Now playing.
0-2 pitch, missed down and away. That was close.
Very close.
I think you heard some whistling and a couple of cat calls out of the Blackfoot dugout over there on the first base side. Next pitch, look out, that's high. Spins Uribe out of there, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
If you're Uribe here, you got to be conscious of a pitch that could try to tie you up because the double play ball could be in effect.
Next pitch is high. Now look out. Now it's 3-2 with 1 out. And he's a pitch away from loading the bases as Moss is having a little trouble finding the strike zone here in the top of inning number 5. And the crowd mic just got blown off in the wind. Uribe dunks one to the right side. It's caught there. Throw back to first. In time double play. So Uribe lines into a double play as it was Maxie Lindsay who had strayed a little bit far off first base and was doubled up for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit. Thanks to the double play, 1 man left. As we are through 4.5, we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still Blackfoot on top, 6-3 on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
In the past, when you needed a crown, it took multiple appointments and a mouthful of goop to create a mold of your teeth. Those days are gone. Bear River Dental has equipment that gets your crown done in one appointment.
So this is the scanner for our same-day crowns, and as you can see, we go through, we scan it, and then we're able to design exactly what your crown's going to look like, and then we send that to the mill, and it's going to cut it out. It's going to look just like it's shown on the screen.
The same-day crown machine builds your new crown for a perfect fit. Same-day crowns are one of the many services offered at Bear River Dental in Evanston. Call today to schedule an appointment.
All right, we'll move along here to the bottom of the fifth as Santini will lead it off. It'll be Santini, Layton, and Hone due up as the next pitch is a little grounder past the mound. Nice bounce for the shortstop who plays it across in time for the out. Boy, you got that nice big candy store hop as the ball came to him out there at shortstop, and he turned it into an out. So Santini grounds out 6-3. That's the first out here in the inning. And that brings up Mason Layton. We mentioned that the Pocatello pitching staff has really started to take charge here over the last little bit as the pitch is up and in, ball one. 1 ball with no strikes. As the pitchers for the Rebels have now retired 9 of the last 10 in which they have faced. Thank you. Next pitch, breaking ball, misses outside, and it is 2-0. Layton 0 for 2 in the game. 2-0 pitch hit foul, and it's now 2-1. 6 runs on 6 hits for Blackfoot in the game. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Rebels. The 2-1 pitch. That's going to be line. That one's going to find left field for a hit. First hit of the game for Mason Layton.
Great hit by Layton. You know, it helps out when you get your first hit of the day in such a crucial inning, but also just found the gap right there between the shortstop and the third baseman. Yeah, but
the old saying is you don't have to hit it hard, just hit them where they ain't. And that's exactly what he did. So here is Jet Hone, the catcher, singled, lined out. There goes the runner. The first pitch is high. The next pitch is even higher and not in time. So Layton steals the bag. He's there now with 1 out. And a 1 ball, no strike count. Now hold on. We're going to come out and talk to the base umpire here. Just maybe get a little bit of a ruling or appeal, ask him why he called what he did. Certainly looked like the throw was high enough that the base runner Layton was able to slide under the tag. If the tag, quite honestly, was even applied, the throw was that high.
It was applied. It looked close from our angle, but the ump's ruling.
So 0-1 on Hone. 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 5. As that again, the ball not hit hard, but hit into left field for a hit. Second hit in the inning, and puts runners at the corners.
Good hit by Hone, as now you have your fellow teammate 90 feet away from putting the 7th run on the day for your team.
Yeah, and especially getting into the late innings here as we play in the top of inning number 5, that all of a sudden that 4th run, that 4-run lead becomes very important. As Reynolds ready and steps off before coming home. So Layton returns back to the bag over at third, and Hone back to first. And the reason why that 4-run lead becomes so important in the late innings is that pitch misses inside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. If you find yourself in that situation and you give up a grand slam home run or give up a home run, a grand slam will not beat you in that case. As the pitch high, the bluff throw down to second base, and Hone will steal second without a play.
Good eye by Hone, just seeing that the catcher was kind of sleeping behind home plate a little bit and was able to take the second base.
So Moss now in a situation, he's got a couple of guys out there he can pick up. Runners in scoring position, 2 on and 2-0 count. Ground ball, that's going to go into right field, base hit. That'll get one of the runs home. As going to third base is Hone. He'll stay there on the RBI single by Moss. That's 3 hits in a row for Blackfoot. So there's the 4-run lead to make it 7-3. Still only 1 out here in the inning. And now Pace Wadsworth, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Keep an eye on the runner at first. Wadsworth square, shows bunt, holding, and now they'll back off as Reynolds not wanting to come home. He's got defensive guys running all over the place. The second baseman's playing in a position over at first base where it looks like he's more taking a lead than anything else as they throw the pickoff move over to third, and hopping back on the bag over there was Hone.
Reynolds here in a tough situation. You gotta have the mental awareness of the runners on the corners, but also with Wadsworth scoring up for that bunt last time.
Wadsworth rolls up along the first base side. It's going to stay fair and then drop by the first baseman, and the run's going to score. Remember, we talked about it before. You want to grab the ball before it kicks back into fair territory. Well, the first baseman, Layton, didn't do that. It hit off the edge of the grass, went back into fair territory, and ends up as an infield single to drive in a run.
That's just one of those heartbreaking plays where the ball, you think it's going to go foul, and then decides to stay fair. The baseball sometimes has a mind of its own.
So back to the top of the order, and Jake Vance up there again. 2 on. Vance is going to bunt out in front of home plate. Picks it up, does the pitcher Reynolds, and then throws it wild down the right field line. That'll get 1 run in. That'll get 2 runs in. And still running, Vance going all the way to third to throw at the plate, and they got Wadsworth there at home. But that is just the second out of the inning.
Good plays by Blackfoot. As put a couple more runs on the board, it makes the pitcher Moss feel a lot more at home.
They're going to give Vance a hit on the bunt originally, and then a throwing error that allow all the runners to continue to run around the bases. So here is Caden Fisher as he takes that first pitch up and in, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. So Wadsworth out at the plate for the second out, and it's now 8-3 with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Next pitch again, home to Fisher. Again, breaking ball, misses in the dirt, and it's ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 pitch is way outside, and Fisher's going to walk on 4 pitches.
First walk of the day for Reynolds, but now it's just time. You got 2 outs here. Try to get this last out against Ross.
So 8-3, 2 runs home here in the inning. Now here is Griff Ross. Walked, singled, and flew out. And the throw to second base, and they're going to get the runner there as Fisher running on the pitch, and he is thrown out at second base to end the inning, but not before. Blackfoot adds a couple of more runs. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Blackfoot up 8-3 on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
What is Uinta BOCES #1? It's your community college to pursue your degree or certificate. It's high school equivalency. It's CPR and other workforce training. It's cooking and computer classes. It's 3D printers, vinyl cutters, and other free tools. We're many different things to many different people, meeting the education needs of the place we call home. So what is Uinta BOCES #1? That's for you to decide. Come see us today and let us help you make your educational dreams come true.
The tires you drive on matter. Tire quality and condition affect overall safety and how your vehicle performs. Having the right air pressure in your tires even affects gas mileage. Don't trust your tires to just anybody. Choose Freeway Tire to handle all your vehicle maintenance, including regular tire checks and rotation. When it comes to your vehicle, choose the team that really knows tires. Freeway Tire in Evanston. Stop in today.
Little matter of housekeeping. Things were happening so fast there in the top of the fifth inning that Layton, Hone, and Moss all scored on that wild bunt sequence. So Blackfoot ended up with 3 runs in the inning. Or I should say, Blackfoot ended up with 3 runs in the inning and went on to now lead 9-3. So they have a 6-run lead as we head here to the top of inning number 6. And here in the top of the 6th inning for the Pocatello Rebels, it'll be John Adams to lead it off, Austin Anderson, and Cam Reynolds all coming up.
Adams here 0 for 1 on the day. Last at-bat was a hit by pitch and then was a tag-out victim.
So we still have time to play. We're only about an hour and a half into this game. As the skipper for Pocatello goes out to talk to the home plate umpire, so we'll anticipate a few changes here as Adams walks to home plate. Adams 0 for 1 officially, lined out, was hit by a pitch, and then was thrown out later, or tagged out at home, I should say, later on there in the 3rd inning at home, as if swings the first pitch and hits it foul back into the screen, and it's 0-1.
Let's see what Moss can do here on the 0-1 offering.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit foul. That's off the first base side, and now quickly it's no balls and 2 strikes. Don't forget, coming up next, the Rebels will stay here at Hawthorne Field, and they'll face Hillcrest coming up a little after 10 o'clock. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Adams goes down on strikes. That's the first out, as Moss continues just to set him up and lay him down in relief of Bojorquez, who started the game.
Second strikeout of the day for Moss, and in this type of situation for Blackfoot, you like it because so far you only have used 2 pitchers. That leaves a lot of your bullpen just ready to go for later on.
Bojorquez gave up 4 hits in 2 2/3 innings of work, but Moss has come back since then and pretty much shut him down since then. Here's the 1-0 as the pitch is down low to
Austin Andrews here.
Is this Austin Andrews?
Yes.
Is that the right? I had a different number for some reason. As the next pitch is over. 2 balls and a strike on Andrews. Nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Half swing goes too far. It'll cost him, and it's now 2-2.
Even count here, and Andrews hungry to get on base for the 2nd time today.
More importantly, hungry to get on base, hopefully get his team some runs, as that pitch is down low, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rebels trailing, running out of outs with As that hit along the right field line, that is fair as he dumps it just inside the line. Andrews will stay at first base, has a long single, and his second hit of the game.
Good work by the right fielder tracking that down as that ball landed in somewhat of a no man's land area pass for first base.
I think this is now where the manager was out talking to the home plate umpire as we have appears to be a pinch hitter at the plate. This is Corbin Keene, it looks like, Keen at the plate. He would be pinch hitting for Reynolds, who was the pitcher up until now. The 1-0 pitch hit foul, and it's 1-1 strike on Keene.
First AB for the day for Keene, and he's going to try to copy the role of Andrews, try to get a base hit. Doesn't have to be exactly in the same spot. Try to get another runner on.
Ground ball to third. Chopped right at the bag. They throw to second. There's one. They throw back to first, and not in time. Wow. That's a quick turn at second base by Blackfoot, and they almost doubled up Keene down to first base. As it stands, Austin Andrews out 5-4 on the force play at second base, and Keene reaches on the fielder's choice. 2 outs now in the inning.
Oh, 1 now here for Moss. Moss, the good fastball on the first pitch.
And we have another pinch hitter here, as this is Gavin Christensen for the Rebels, who's hitting here for O.C. Barron. As that pitch over, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, as Christian goes down looking at 3 pitches, and the inning is over. As no runs, a hit, thanks to the fielder's choice, really shut the inning down, as the Rebels will leave 1 man on base in the inning, as they, for the 4th inning in a row, fail to score any runs. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 9-3. Blackfoot leads it on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Bottom of the 6th inning, 9-3. New pitcher on here for the Rebels. Wait for the young man to turn around, see if we can get a look at his number.
It's Austin Andrews.
That's Austin Andrews now on the mound. So Andrews ready to go to work here in the bottom of the 6th inning as he becomes the 3rd pitcher of the day. So we go to work here in the bottom of the 6th, and Andrews will work from the middle of the order as Griff Ross, Jason Williams, and Dante Santillan, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters here for Blackfoot, the heart of the order. Here's Ross, singled, walked, and flew out, and the first pitch is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. If you're around the Salt Lake area and you're a fan of baseball, certainly a little bit of bad news coming to light yesterday afternoon. The as the pitch is over for a strike. It's 1-1. The longtime play-by-play voice of the Salt Lake baseball just in general, Steve Klauke, passed away, was involved in an accident on Monday evening and died of his injuries, unfortunately, as that ball hit in the air to right field. That's hit pretty well. Leday's got to go back, and it's over his head. Can't get it. He's got to pick it up and chug it into second base with a leadoff double is Griff Ross. So Ross doubles. That's his second hit of the day. And that'll bring up Jason Williams. So Klauke, who was, and we say just Salt Lake baseball in general because they re-imaged the team 3 different times during his tenure there. And he retired after last season and just turned to, as they throw back to second base, and just turned to concentrate on his work for Weber State University doing football and basketball, and gave up his love of baseball after some 25-plus seasons in Salt Lake City. Ground ball to third. To try to backhand it there. As Reynolds couldn't get it, it goes down the line, and that's going to allow Ross to come around the corner and score to make it 10-3.
What an unlucky bounce past the third baseman, but that is the game of baseball. Game giveth and game taketh.
Kind of played that into a hit, trying to backhand the ball on the line. Couldn't, as back-to-back hits, and now here is Dante Santillan. Santillan with 1 hit. He's also struck out and grounded out, 1 for 3. And the first pitch hit foul back into the screen. So, big condolences to Klauke's wife and family, and still called Salt Lake area home. As very sad situation as pitch swung out and missed, and it's 0-2. Having worked in baseball for all the years I did, when I first moved here to Salt Lake some 6 years ago, I was able to go to a Bees game and met Klauke, as we had some friends in common. Was able to talk to him a little bit and get to know him, and we'd shared some stories and experiences. As the pitch countdown goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still nobody out. Santillan waiting, and the next pitch, that's hit in the air toward left center field, hit pretty well. Adams going back. He'll short of the track. He'll turn and make the catch. Tagging and going to third base is Williams. So Santillan hit it well, but flies out to center. That's the first out. And now here's Mason Layton coming up, 1 for 3 on the game.
That's a situation where you do everything right and just get that hit, which the outfielder tracks it down really well.
So here's Layton. Williams stands at third. 1 run in already here in the innings. That's a little thumb job over onto the right side. That's going to get the second run home as Layton grounds out, but it picks up an RBI. So it's 11-3. And the base is empty now with 2 outs. And now here is Jet Hone again. Hone with a pair of hits, scored a run. The one time they got him, he still hit it hard when he lined out to third. As the pitch is inside, kind of scoots the feet out of the way, get back and let the pitch go by, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. So 2 runs here in the inning. As a ground ball wide of third, and it's going to be off the glove of the third baseman, and Hone's going to be on again. Third baseman Reynolds had a lot of ground to try to cover and couldn't get there, so it's going to be another hit, the 3rd hit of the day for Jet Hone.
What a day for Hone, going 3 of 4 so far in the opening game. You got to feel good about that.
So here's Moss up there for the 3rd time. Drove home a run and scored his last time up. He's also struck out once today as he takes that pitch up high. Ball 1 ball and no strikes. 3 hits in the inning, couple of runs home. As they go back over to first base, in the dirt, gets away. Going to roll off into foul territory. And grounding and going all the way to third base is Hone to be in there with a slide. As that'll be a throwing error over at first base on the errant pickoff throw that allows Hone to get to third. And 2-ball, no strike count now on Moss. As that pitch is up high, ball 3-0.
Great situation for Moss, who RBI'd on his last at-bat.
Next pitch, the 3-0 pitch is right down Broadway for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Smart take here, up 3-0. Just look at the next pitch, kind of see what the pitcher's going to give you.
The 3-0 pitch, that's going to be driven to center. Up on it comes in a hurry, comes the center fielder Adams and made the catch. So Adams able to make the catch. Moss is out on a great play by the center fielder to end the inning, and we will go to the 7th. As the Rebels come back up, they need a whole lot of offense really quick. They're down by 8. It's 11-3, done with 6 here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, I'm filled with anxiety. Do I have enough money? Meat prices have doubled. How can I ever work on food storage when I can hardly afford food for this week? Wyoming Wild Meats in Lyman is the solution. Weekly specials are posted on Facebook. Beef, pork, chicken for one meal or a mixed order to fill the freezer. You will find quality Gosner cheese and milk products and delicious bread. Because overhead is low, the savings are passed to every customer. Wyoming Wild Meats, offering fresh domestic meats.
But as we go to the top of the 7th inning, the Blackfoot will again go to the bullpen. Tell you about the 7th and the new pitcher on for Blackfoot. Once again, here's Anthony Colasuono.
So now Blackfoot up 11-3. And now Seth McNeil on the bump to possibly close out a victory here with a 8-run lead for Blackfoot here on the second day, but the first day of full action as 11 games cross 2 fields, 6 at Halliwell, 5 here at Hawthorne today, as we'll also have all the games from all the fields. So if you have a family member of a player or just a huge fan of baseball, sit back, relax, crack open a soda, grab a bag of chips or popcorn, where your favorite snack is, and enjoy some baseball as the order starts over for Pocatello. Fabian Avalos, excuse me. Cat got my tongue for a second there. Avalos looks at the first pitch. Strike 1 called. On deck, Cash Williams, and then in the hole is Maxie Leday. So we got teams running around warming up as that straight to the third baseman in Ross and to first base at Lane for out number 1.
Which should be real interesting unless the Rebels are going to change their jerseys here before their next game.
I'll say
Hillcrest is running around wearing their red jerseys, so this could be red versus red coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
Rebels do have a little bit of a white lining on the bottom of their jersey, so that might be the main difference. As swing and a miss on the first pitch. Williams now in an 0-1 count.
Half of our boys have it.
McNeil winds up the 0-1 offering. below and in the dirt. Now an even 1-1. Top of the 7th here. Blackfoot up 11-3 in the first game of the day here at Hawthorne Field. Williams tattoos one into center field. Drops right in front of Williams, and it'll be a 1-out single.
Keep things alive. Just keep the lineup moving, and you string enough of those hits together, all of a sudden you're back into the game. Although you trail by 8 here in the 7th inning now.
It's a good start for this team as a pinch hitter in for Leday. That is Curtis Wood. Williams going towards second. Woods hit straight to Layton at first from the third baseman. Now 2 outs.
Yeah, not hit nearly hard enough to try to turn a double play. So the third baseman, Ross, just make sure he gets the sure out, get the out at first base. Because once again, down by 9 runs, the guy standing at second base doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot right now.
And now Mason Anderson, representing possibly the last batter of the day of this game for the Pocatello Rebels. Strike 1 called here with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position on second. McNeil looking to close this one out. He's only giving up 1 hit so far. Kicks and fires the 0-1. And that will drop in the gap. Williams stops at third for a second. Now rounds third base side. And looking for 2 is Anderson, and out on the tag. And that will do it. An 11-3 victory for Blackfoot. After the break, we'll start the post-game show. This is the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of the 2024 Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament here on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uintah County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Western Wyoming Beverages has been proudly owned and operated in Wyoming for over 50 years, providing reliable service, friendly staff, and the nation's top beverage products, including Pepsi. We always strive to be the premier business partner for our customers. Western Wyoming Beverages services Rock Springs, Green River, Jackson, Evanston, Kemmer, Pinedale, Wamsutter, Big Piney, Mountain View, and Lyman. Go Red Devils!
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Life is made up of moments. We care about those moments as much as you do. We are Modern Woodmen, a fraternal financial services organization, member-owned, not stockholder-run. Since 1883, we've supported families, strengthened communities, and helped people reach their financial goals. From protection to saving to retirement planning, let us help you plan for those special moments in your life.
And welcome back as Blackfoot wins the opening day of the game and games and their opening game of the tournament as they knock off the Rebels by the final score of 11-4. Your Jimmy John's freaky fast recap of your totals for the game. Blackfoot 11 runs on 14 hits. They had 6 men left on base. For the Rebels, 4 runs on 6 hits. They also left 6 men on base. In relief, it was Adele Moss to pick up the win, as the loss will go to the starting pitcher for the Rebels. That, of course, is Dalen Uribe, who takes the loss in a game that took 1 hour and 45 minutes. So Blackfoot wins their opener. They'll come back here in a little bit. They'll play again. The Rebels will stick around as they have another game coming right away, as they'll face Hillcrest coming up in just a little bit here in Game 2 of the day here at Hawthorne Field. We'll take a timeout. We'll have our Pepsi Player of the Game. Are we going to keep it here? Okay, we'll keep it here. So we'll have our Pepsi Player of the Game as Anthony rejoins me here as our Player of the Game. Anthony, let's certainly the guy who took over the mound and pitched his team to a victory, Adele Moss, is our Player of the Game.
Yeah, Moss had a great day overall. 3 strikeouts, no hits in his relief, and no runs as well. Just became that anchor for this Blackfoot squad throughout the game. And you can possibly say some of the strikeouts he had where he caught batters looking is also our Dr. McCain Frankham precision play of the game as well. 3 strikeouts in relief, a good job by Moss, and was able to set up McNeil for the end of the game.
Yep, and Moss also ended up going 1 for 3 at the plate after he came into the game.
Yes.
So congratulations to Adele Moss. Enjoy a Pepsi on us, as you are our Pepsi Player of the Game. Everything is better with Pepsi. We're going to close out our broadcast here of Game 1 of the day. Stay with us, as we'll have Game 2 coming up in just a little bit, as the Rebels will retake the field as they'll take on the Hillcrest Knights coming up in just a little bit. For Anthony Colasuono, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for joining us. Remind you of the final score as Blackfoot beats the Rebels by the final score of 11-4. We'll talk to you for Game 2 coming up in just a little bit here on MyLocalRadio.com and on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.